Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 29. Today we have Ting Chun,
Yeah.
TC.
TC.
Okay, I don't have
Everyone
any...
like butchered my name, so just TC.
TC.
Easy TC, right? Like when I was in ANZA, everyone butchered my name, so
Yeah.
it's just...
I normally have lots of
TC.
notes to ask people, but today I just have Draft Punk Race Team written here, and that's all I have. So let's just do this freestyle. And why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm TC. I'm the team manager of Draft Punk Racing Team. So prior to that, right, we weren't really called Draft Punk. Like it was under this name called TC Development.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it sounds quite cringe lah. I had that for a year. But I mean, amazingly, like everyone recognized that. But
It's still on your sleeve, right?
yeah. So because I'm part sponsor as well, so I just leave the name there.
Yeah.
And I think it resonates with a few riders as well, so I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I think the problem with having your own name on the team,
yeah.
it doesn't scale well, right? And
Sounds quite narcissistic.
it's
Someone
like having
was saying like...
Martin's bike fitting service, right? It's
Yeah.
like, then I can't ever have an apprentice, or I can't ever have someone else helping me because it's under my name, right? So
Yeah, and kind of... the name conflicted with... We found another Instagram account
TC
called TC Development, and it's like a property. Like, selling property. I'm like, okay, probably we need to change our name
Yeah.
and make it less serious.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to that, I was doing youth coaching
Okay.
with a youth team.
Yep.
So I was there for about 3 years.
Was that Garcia?
Garcia.
Okay.
So I was there since the COVID period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for about 3 years. Stopped coaching because it took a lot of my time, and initially I wanted to join another cycling group. So I was like on the lookout for teams like the Greyhounds and a few other local teams out there.
Yeah.
But then I had a few boys who actually kind of graduated, who got older from the youth team.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out and we were thinking like, why don't we start something together?
Yeah.
So we had about 5 to 6. Then we grew to where we are today.
Yeah. And which is how many?
We got 15.
Okay.
Yeah, but I the thing is, it's not a club. I don't want it to grow like what 200 to 300 where it's so hard to manage.
It's a team, right? It's not a club.
Yeah, it's a team. Yeah. So back to the Draft Punk Racing Team, because I felt that the name is a lot laid back. And okay,
do you like the music?
It's wordplay.
Do you like the music? I love Draft
from
Punk.
Draft Punk. I'm like, okay, I can. I was like, okay, probably I don't take their logo or something like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
take
yeah.
something like easier. So, so that's how we started. So the initial plan for at the time TC Development was actually to have. It's not really a race team like that. Most of the riders there, they just started out riding, started out racing, doing like century rides and all that. So initially that was like the main goal of the team. Like it's a platform for us, like come together, ride together,
Do some structure.
yeah. Then as we go to the end of the year, we managed to get like a few stronger riders, and we have a rider from national development as well.
Yeah, cool.
So we thought that, there's one part of the team where we can, win something. Like we can maybe podium the nationals or something, get something for the team. So, but end of the day, on the weekends when we ride together, it's just one team myself.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
How many times a week do you guys ride together?
Just Saturdays and mainly Saturdays. Like most of them, they have their own training programs.
Yep.
So there'll be a few riding together on Tuesday, a few riding on Thursdays, but the main team ride is on Saturdays. Yeah.
If we rewind back maybe 8 years or something, right?
Okay.
I remember I first met you when I was riding with ANZA, you were riding with ANZA.
I was your friends,
Right.
Yeah.
And you were like the token Singaporean.
Yeah.
What happened there? How did you end up there?
Okay, so initially I got a bit more serious in racing. Then I was like looking out for the different teams to join. Then I was like looking at ANZA, and the first person I met was Mike.
Mike Kiddo?
Yeah, no. He had the mic, the Ally War mic. So I rode with him like for 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I like how like there's a lot of etiquette riding together. Everything is very structured. Like, there's the fast group. When you don't want the fast group, there's the slower group.
Back then there was like there was the 35 plus group, which is like
35.
as fast as you want to go. Then there's a 35, then there's a 34, there's a 33, and a 32, and a 28, and
Yeah, and it's like good fun because we don't have that restriction of that.
10 people.
10. So it's always like 20 doing a pace line or Nim Chu Kang or Tamil Coast Road.
It's a great club to learn calling out and pace lines and rotations and keeping together in a group, that sort of stuff.
I felt really comfortable, especially because I ride long with a group. I spend more time like meeting them up for dinner and this kind of thing, although they're expats. But overall, like no regrets. I mean, like since I think I left there about 3 years, I'm still pretty close to like most of the ANZA mates. Like even though they are not riding or
a lot of them are riding. A lot of people that I know from ANZA are riding, and the nature of the club is that like 20-30% of them rotate out of Singapore every year. And then there's another new. They're constantly recruiting more people, and then there's new faces, and so.
Yeah, so I'm like seeing a lot of them. But probably they stay for about 5 to 8 years.
Yep.
Then they leave, like either they got a job rotation or something. Yeah, but we're still pretty close. Like we still keep in contact.
Yeah, I remember the race that we did in Seletar. You were racing with ANZA, and you came off the bike, and I think you must have stopped yourself with your face or something. You just lost.
I lost a
whole lot of skin on one side.
I lost a lot of skin. I lost
some
my
pride.
bike was scratched. My NV wheels are total. Had to buy a new set of wheels, and NV that time is like pretty expensive.
They still are.
But yeah, I think last time we do have a lot of open areas to race. Like Seletar itself, I think we did like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and then there was one out in the Jurong area as well.
Yeah,
with one crit.
Yeah, there's a crit in the west. Then they have the one in Kallang as well. So like there's more opportunities last time, and then there's a URA crit.
Oh yes, when they had to close the roads on the first Sunday of the month or whatever it was.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities to like probably have fun, people meet on the weekends.
Okay, so back to Draft Punk, right? So you started this this team, I guess, with some mates and some up and comers, and then how did you grow it from 5 to 15? That's basically 15. That's not Draft Punk and friends. That's the actual core team, right? Yeah.
So, I mean, we do lose a few here and there. I mean, probably losing interest or like they have other commitments. But basically, when we started the team, I think like most of the people who joined, they were pretty comfortable with the people inside. So probably that's why they, like they don't mind joining the team.
Yep.
So having a bit of sponsors help as well. Probably like maybe that's why it attracted them. We had a few good sponsors that give us good discounts.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your involvement? Are you apart from you ride with them, right? But are you writing training plans, or are you like organizing? Are you like the mama san that organizes everything for them and
team principal? Like days before. Okay, so I manage a team, I manage the sponsors. There are some riders who, especially the juniors, like they want to go a bit further, like maybe in national development. Getting into a national development squad, then I'll help them with their training programs.
Yeah.
I try to use the experience I had, like during the 3 years when I was in Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically. Yeah, that's it. Then, besides that, like, I do race for the team. I try to but I'm not like in the masters category. I think I'm in the masters B or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is that in B now? Okay.
Yeah, like in that category.
But to be fair, this is a side quest for you, right? You've got a full-time job, right? And all this sort of stuff is after hours. I'm assuming, right?
It's okay. So I'm in supply chain and logistics now. So it's like really very different from what I'm doing now. Like some of them I do marketing, digital marketing. Not my forte, but So some of the riders, like the course that they are specialized in could be one of them is in marketing. One of them is in sports management. So I try to tap and get advices from them. Yeah.
But it's really difficult though, like when you're the one that formed it and you're the one that's responsible for it. because it's also like a small business. If someone else doesn't do it, you've got to take up the reins and you've got to do it, right?
Yeah.
So then I'll not say it's a burden because it's something that you've chosen to do, but it ends up consuming a lot of time, right?
True. Like, to be honest, I think my main like time-consuming stuff is not really the training, but I think managing the administrative things. Yeah, like I still have to ensure like they get the gels for races. Make sure like they probably service their bike before races. Everything on groundwork. Make sure when the race is going on, everything is covered, food and all that is covered.
So you really love the dad that to make sure that everyone has everything. Everyone got the lunches packed. Everyone has it.
Yeah, but
before you go to school.
But okay lah. I mean, like it's different from. I mean, besides this, it's really really different from what my full-time job is.
Yeah, of course.
So I think the part where also interests me the most, I can get to meet different people besides just cycling. Meet, or like most of my some of my vendors, their sponsors, they are not even here. They are located in Slovenia.
Okay. How did you manage to pull that off? Did you just reach out to them or?
So the funny thing was like I was looking for a sunglass sponsor. I mean, Oakley's is not gonna give a shit about us, like I mean, there's a lot of like other brands out there. I mean, we are too small of a team to start. So I was like looking for like a middle or like a more independent brand. So I managed to find on the website this vendor called Approved Cycling.
Okay.
So they do helmets, apparel, they collab with ASOS, they do their own sunglasses, and a lot of like bicycle related things. Like they do international shipping for these items as well. So the first time when they contacted me, I thought it was a scam. Because you look at the number and then you
like once every few days. Oh, please be our ambassador for this fitness brand or something, right? I get that all the time.
So I was like, do I even pick up? Okay. So after that, I mean, he explained like what they're doing. Then it kind of aligns with where the team is going, and they have been our sponsors since. And the amazing thing is,
that's the saddles, right? You're talking about?
No, Approved Cycling, like they do helmets.
Oh, okay.
Then they let us to book.
Okay.
Because I think they are
so they're both friends. They're both sponsors.
So they sponsor us saddles for the first year.
Yep.
And after that, they gave us like a good discount.
How do you like those saddles?
Pay it.
Like I have been in the wall back there, right?
Yeah.
And they look super nice and they're full carbon fiber and the carbon rails and they look really sweet.
Yeah.
But how do they actually do right?
Okay, I've been using Physique for a long period of time. Everyone needs to use. I think no one uses that. Like,
it's flat and hard and
but it doesn't shave
it's narrow.
Yeah. So when we changed to bulk saddles, I've been riding since day one Physique everyone needs.
Yep.
She's like 10 years, 10 to 12 years. That's like almost like.
So many bikes used to come with that as the standard saddle, and then people would either take it off or change to their favorite saddle or what.
Yeah, it took me I hesitated actually because you've been using saddles for a very long time.
Yeah.
Although it looks really sweet, like it's damn light and all that, but I'm so used to using that saddle. Then I changed it, no turning back. Like prolonged using like for about 2 years, it starts to wear out a bit. But I've done long rides, climbs with it and all that, no issues lah. Yeah.
A lot of people are very hesitant to go with the carbon fiber saddles because they think it just looks too hard. There's no padding. It doesn't. But you got padding in your shorts. And there's flex in the saddle as well. It's not as hard as it sounds.
True.
It seems.
Yeah. So we were fortunate to get them in. They gave us a really good discount. Compared to what we are buying retail here.
Yeah.
So they are a big brand that we have on our kit. We have Victoria, Singapore in as well. We have a bike fitter.
Let's not talk about that. Gary. So
we have freaking bike fitter. We have Ascend wheels.
Yep.
So you imagine when we started off TC development, like I still have my previous kit, which probably I'll show you later.
It's like the blue and with the stripes.
Blue stripes.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to sponsor like a 6-man team. Yeah. You look at that like 8, and then I sponsor you.
Yeah.
Each a saddle is almost $300 to $400 per pop.
Yeah.
Like helmets and all that, it doesn't come cheap as well. So we
unless you have 50,000 Instagram followers each or something.
Yeah.
Then it'll make sense, right?
So I mean, like right now we were decent. We have like 1.1K followers, but I mean they can choose not to.
Yeah.
We were such a small club that that no one knows like where is it going to go. Like even for me, I don't even know where we're going to go like a year's time. So every time when it hits a year, like I always reflect like is this worthwhile starting? Like how's everything like?
So how long has it been?
Probably a year and a half.
Okay.
No, I started 2022, but it's late 2022. It's like December. Then we did a lot of races like Malaysia events, the Century Rides. We did some stage racing in Johor, which was nice. Then the nationals, which all happened last year. It all led to the end of the year, and I realized that there's a lot of potential, even to grow like from a new club to a elite type of racing club where they race as a team.
Is that what your end game is? To have sort of a Matadors, World, Mavericks?
Actually, no. Actually, the whole plan was to let people try riding racing locally and out of Singapore. But it's just nice that we do have like stronger riders who don't mind to join us. Then we realized that we can also promote team racing, because I think something lacking here lah. I feel like racing
It's
in
the club culture, right? It's like having of course there's a big three or less, maybe half a dozen big teams.
Yeah.
But there's not much more than that, right? And let's just use an analogy of the UCI World Tour, right? Let's just say Mavericks, Matadors, Allied World, World Tour, right? You guys might be pro Conti, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not the part of the World Tour, but then you're in the same races as the World Tour. And sometimes you can win a race, and then sometimes they'll win a race. That's how I see it. It sort of fits in the hierarchy of things.
Also, and one more thing. Okay, because the team don't have any monetary sponsors, so everyone chipped in a bit. So for me, I chip in more, but the rest, for students, they pay 20, adults, they pay 50 a month. Then we try to settle the nutrition and all that. Like whatever leftover funds we see, whether we can get helmets and this sort of thing for like time trials, this sort of thing. So I don't know, it's very easy for us to because the race team in the club is small, and probably 4. It's easy to manage. Time trial, and I could get this and that. But if you have
once you go to 20, 30, 40 people,
30, then they have their own goals and ambitions, and so this year, right, the initial plan. So in nationals, we raise masters. We have 2 masters in. And the intention is to get a podium spot for the masters category. But the initial plan was to race for the under 23. We intend they start together. So we intend to probably get the national jersey for this kid So I mean, having said that, they have to pay their own fees. They still money. They still have to pay money. And everyone is very willing. Okay, you just tell me what to do. When do you need me to lead him out and all that. So that's one thing I like about it. Everyone is very supportive. No one is have I personal ambitions? I have this. Can I don't do this? I still pay. I still pay race fee for this. I need to support one guy, which maybe a race which I don't finish or get a lousy positioning. So I feel that everyone is very aligned to the patient at all.
And that's what you need. I think if you have 5 wild stallions, which are really great, but they're all going in different directions, it's not going to do any good, right? You'd rather have more people are going in the right direction and then support each other. And
that was the initial thing. Even before they joined, I really want to emphasize on that. Because you could be the guy who is supporting the under 23. His FTP is off. I mean, he's way higher than the under 23, and then he has to work for him. But he could win something in the Masters. He could have won something in the Masters, or he could have get a better position in the Masters. But I think he chose to sacrifice that part of it.
So did it work out? Did you get a podium? So the Nationals was 3 weekends ago, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys do?
one of the guys crashed out, clipped the wheel. We only have like another guy in the peloton who's working for him. He came in 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay lah. I mean, shit happens. I mean,
of course.
When you race, like me crashing on Seletar.
Yeah.
Happens.
I think I got a photo of it. Like,
Yeah.
they get all
Yeah,
your
they were
skin.
spraying, like putting some ointment on me or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so overall, right, like to date, like we hit a lot of, I mean, we didn't win. Like, I mean, it's good to win, but I mean, we do set expectations of like the OCBC cycle. Like we were against like pretty strong clubs or teams like where they have manpower. We only like have that 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I had to stop in for the 5th guy because like I think he crashed out at Johor. And we got into the semis. Like, well, that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty
good.
nice. That's pretty good. Yeah.
And you like you don't have the big lead out train, but you're sneaking in there and working your way through.
Yeah. So if you tell me like, okay, there's a lot of things that's at home. Like I cannot tell you that because my initial plan was really just everyone have fun. We all go Malaysia, then we do the Camel Highlands. We do this, we do, yeah. So that was like the initial plan. But whatever came along, right, is really ad hoc. How to say, like, okay, so one is the elite team. Like, I started this like, elite team of 3 or 4. I started a track team.
Yep.
Of like 3. The current goal for the team is actually to try out like all different places in racing, like Johor, in Bintan, Batam, this sort of thing. So that was the initial goal. So the elite racing thing came in late December. We thought, like, hey, since we have things going, we have like 4 guys who are pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, like we can start something. They are still riding with the race kit. Yeah. So like and then besides this, right, like on few months ago, we had a guy who rides like a road bike and fixies as well. Then I was like looking what are the races in Malaysia. Then we realized, hey, we could try to book a velodrome and then we start something with no idea. Like I haven't been watching track cycling for so long. So
track cycling is so fun. Do you guys involved in the Wheel to Dream out in Jurong East, Jurong West?
Yeah, we tried to race in it, but racing that compared to a velodrome,
of course, it's like a flat velodrome.
Once we go to the banks, we're like, is it even possible to like ride like at that angle? So, but it was interesting. I mean, like, so our goal for them is like to race in Malaysia. There's track series that happen every quarter or something. Called YSD series in Nilai. Yeah, so end goal is to like, get enough skills, go there and have an experience racing, how elite racing is like at that level. That they have the Malaysian national teams and all that.
Well, Malaysia has like a world champ, right?
Yeah, because I mean, like the prize are money lah. I mean, like there's more interest, there's more competitive riders. They come in with like their $20,000 track bike, and then we come in with some weird fixie where people do stunts. But I think it's all part and parcel of the experience.
Yeah.
Where we go from there, also don't know. Like we just aim for this, and then if there is more interest, like we see like more guys who are keen to race in the velodrome. Yeah. Then
how do you go about finding riders? Are you going on group rides and just chatting up people, like talking it up, and then seeing who's not on teams and sort of targeting them, or is it people come to you? What's your criteria?
I will post like a recruitment ride.
Okay.
So the whole idea, right, of riding with us is not about the numbers. It's not about how well you descend. Like you can sprint like 1,500.
Oh, so you don't need to have 4 watts per kilo to be on the team.
No, because like end of the day, I feel right, like if you have the mentality, right, you will reach there. Like we do have riders who come in with nothing, like the boy who rides a fixie.
Yep.
Then he won a sports category in the nationals. He did. I mean, like he excelled in some of the fixie races. So, but his attitude is really good. Like I think most of the cycling, I mean, like the teammates in my group, like you can tell like their attitude wise is, I mean, like pretty good.
Okay, so you're recruitment ride, right? Do you have many people that show up if you post this Saturday?
I kept it at 10 because hard to like control like 20 people plus with your own riders in. So I kept it to 10.
Yep.
Then we will assess like for a month like how they are. It's a bit long, but I feel that's where you see like the
true rider.
The true rider, like, yeah. So okay, right now it's all experimental. But we do get some good riders in through this recruitment process.
Yeah.
But maybe just have to fine tune it a bit.
Yeah. And then so what do you normally do? What's the benefit of being on the team apart from camaraderie? Is it
okay, the sponsors. Mm-hmm. We got like partial sponsors, we got this good discounts for a lot of things. No politics.
Yeah.
I think that is like the main thing. Like, I mean, I'm for real. Like
you know, some teams you have to ride in team kit all the time, and then you have to basically representing the team the whole time, and it's quite a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, you won't hear things like, hey, you know, like team A is like giving shit to team B type of thing. Like,
do you need to have 15?
I don't have time for this. Like seriously, like on the weekends, we just want to ride, have breakfast, and then talk about bike things.
Is there a commitment to the number of races you have to do a year?
Sorry?
Is there a commitment to the number of races to do a year or anything like that?
Because it's all bound down to like their own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as much as possible, I try. So what happened last year, right, is everyone was very scattered.
Yeah.
A few people in Johor, a few people in KL, a few people in Selangor. So this year I'm trying to put more riders together, but we are starting with the local races first. It's easier, right? Like,
of course,
like OCBC cycles, nationals, the trifecta series.
But then there's a big bummer that Tour of Batam is not on this year.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's a big deal. I think a lot of people, that's a race.
3 stages.
Yeah,
like, there's the time trial and like 1 queen stage or something like that. Yeah, that's a good race. I love to race Batam.
Yeah.
Cause like the scenery is nice. I mean, like although you don't race because of the scenery, but you know,
no, it's just good to get over there. Have a break, and you're like, even when it was Bintan was awesome as well.
Yeah, but Bintan expensive, bro. Very very expensive. Like like I could have like flew somewhere like Phuket or Chiang Mai or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, racing is expensive.
So then, what's the goal? You want to? Is there a max size you want to keep this team?
I'm keeping to 15 to 16.
If 5 riders came along and said, "Hey, I want to join," are you going to? You're not going to shoot them away. You'll just is there like, I think you can probably get to 20 or 30 pretty easily and still be quite manageable.
Usually I just let the members vote, like within the team, because they are the one who like they are the ones who ride with them on the weekends, get to know them better.
Yeah.
So usually I like at the end of the recruitment exercise, like I'll ask everyone to vote, like, you know, who they are. So it's fair. I mean, I feel it's fair. Like, you don't have to come in with a reason that this rider is not strong enough, like his attitude is bad. No, you just
yes or no.
Give me the name, yes, no, that's about it. So everyone have a vote. And then, so I think also it kind of empowers the team members as well.
Because you're going to be working with each other and training with each other and sort of racing with each other, right?
Yeah.
So, if you don't get along at the beginning, you probably...
Yeah, so I think that is the main thing. I mean, like, I can have strong riders in, but then at the end of the day, like, they have their own goals, and then like they can't get along with the team. Probably not recommended to join my team here. Yeah.
So what happens? So what do you do if I wanted to join? Do I just reach out to you, or do I have to wait until recruitment drive?
I'm not boasting or what, but if everyone comes in and then like, you know, message me, hey, how do I join? Like then every weekend I'll be recruiting. Cannot like, you know, no time like, you know, when we were doing the recruitment, it fell on so many events. Like the nationals, the track series and all that. So there's always like in between, like I have to take like, okay, you know, we have to extend a bit because everyone's racing. And then the thing is, when you're racing, it's not like, okay, we prepare on the week, like we will prepare like 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks before. So it's a bit, I think that's one of the challenge I have for this recruitment drive.
Well, there's only one of you, right? So that's what I was saying before. If no one else does it, you've got to do it, and then now you've got to work out your schedule. And if it doesn't work on your schedule, it's going to move around.
Yeah.
If you had a team of people that were doing it with you, it's much easier, right? And then, what are the big races coming up for this coming year?
Oh man, we prep a lot for nationals ITT, like
ITT, which is in September, right?
No, August first week, I think.
Oh, the ITT. So the
ITT.
So the TTT
the team time trial is like in
is
September,
right?
Yeah, wow, a lot of money, man. It's like helmets is expensive, TT bikes expensive, race fees are okay lah. Race wheels expensive.
Yeah.
Skin suit,
water bottles.
Yeah, like aero, everything has to be aero, and everyone likes to go on that mantis position, so you have to pay for you have to get a good bike fitter to ensure that you are pushing out power in this weird-ass position. Okay, I don't know, like, you are bike fitter lah. For me, right, this T position is aero, but it blocks the visibility, right? So I see a lot of people crashing.
Well, last year, a bunch of people crashed into cones, right?
Yeah, so it is aero. Okay, so I realized that I was like checking some track races. I think then Bigum uses this position, but he looks down on the line. He has a stripe to look at, right? Yeah. So he looks down on the line, and then I think he just.
So the problem is, if you're like this, right, you constrict your breathing too much, right, and also your hands are in front of your face, you can't see. Right?
Yeah.
So looks cool to be like this, but it's not super practical.
Yeah.
Right. The only way you can do this is if you have your hands a little bit further out, so then you can open up.
But then
that's
the UCI.
Yeah, so then you have the UCI restrictions, right?
Yeah.
Or you can open your arms up a little bit. Triathletes these days don't even have two bars anymore. They've got like one massive mono bar. But I'm not sure if that's UCI approved or not. And then, you just make sure that your head's not down. The long people keep their head down. And then they'll just run into the back of a truck or into a cone or a sign or something, right?
That's what I realized also, like, that position itself, I feel it's quite dangerous to be on that position.
Yeah.
Okay lah, but again, I'm pretty old school. Like, I'm the Bradley Wiggins, Tony Martin era where
that's not that old, right?
Yeah, like they're 40s and they're not racing. So, but I mean, like, on the side note, right, I feel that, I mean, we have ridden 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, or longer lah. The whole trajectory of bicycle things and all that changed a lot.
Especially in the time trial and TT.
Yeah. Like, years back, right, the main goal is to make your bike as light as possible. You know, like the 6.5, like they push it to the limit.
Or in last time, the aero position was you're trying to make yourself like an arrow.
Yeah.
So you stick your arms out as flat as possible, as close together, and you think you're cutting the air.
Yeah.
People aren't doing that anymore. They've got fatter tires, they've got
they have wider tires, disc brakes. You know, like they bend in the hood.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it changes a lot. Yeah. Like, if I were to compare it to how we started, right? Last time it's just, okay, we make our bike as light as possible. Yeah. Like, hey, it's nice to climb with it, like, nice to walk. And then we can boast about, but now it's all about aerodynamics. Yeah. Like, I feel like, like the top tube is cut out like that, so like
But it's going back to now that they've sort of conquered the aerodynamics, they're going back to the lighter bikes, right?
There's nothing to
the new Emondo, the new Madone is like an Emondo, right? Because they're just cutting the weight back and they're trying to keep.
And they combine bikes.
Yeah,
like there's no like
venge.
Use it for like venge, and then we use it for crates or flatter routes, and then the SR7 is it's just everything is just one bike. It's nice, I mean, like, you don't have to like use two bikes at the same time. Yeah.
And then so this year you're doing ITT, right? Well, at TTT now you got a team. You can have TTT, right?
Yeah, but we haven't really planned that out yet. I think our main focus is the ITT. Yeah, hopefully we can get good results for the Masters. Initially we had we wanted one of our lady riders to take the elite, but I think she crashed out bad.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So we talk about guys, right? Dudes, do you have women riders that ride with you?
We have one, but it's like co-share. Co-share. No, because it's so hard to find. There are races, right, in TDT. There's races in Trifecta, right?
Yeah.
You at least need a lady in.
Yeah.
Then most of the ladies are with teams already. So I asked her, like, from Yap, like, hey, no, are you okay? Like, there's some of the races you race under me. Yeah, else I can't start. Like, you know,
because the mixed double mixed quarters.
Like, Trifecta has. I'm not trashing private, but I think the events that they have need at least one female.
Uh,
So I think that's a bit hard for us. Like we only had we had no female, and then we had that one which we share.
yeah.
So yeah, but hopefully we can get a ladies team. But too big already. Like you have to start a ladies and this, like that's too much.
Once you have a lady team, you need at least 4, right?
Yeah.
It's not 1 or 2 you need, and then
I think even 3 is a good number.
But women's racing is always a struggle.
struggle to get
Get
numbers.
the numbers.
I remember that they going back to like Creighton Salita at that time. It's a long time ago now, but
Yeah.
I remember there was like
4 or 5 waves of 50 of men, and there was like 1 wave of like 10
But
women.
after COVID, there was a huge wave of lady riders.
Really?
But I don't know, are they competitive or like,
Yeah.
they're out there for
I
coffee
think
ride?
it doesn't matter. I think
if as long as you've got more riders,
True.
there's gonna be a certain percentage that will be competitive. So just get a bigger base,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna distill into better sort of more.
more competitive riders, which is great.
Yeah, hopefully like this year I think the nationals is how we see a few newer ladies like racing. I see like there's a lot of Matadors, lady racers,
Yeah.
which is okay, which is nice that we get like a good group going in.
Yeah.
So hopefully from there on we can get more lady riders in.
Yeah.
And then so this time next year, if I'm talking to you again, what do you want to? Where do you want to take this?
Wow.
You want to stay the same, or you want to be a little bit bigger, or you want to be?
What's your plan?
Wow, seriously, whatever I plan is always on the year end. I have no plan at the moment. That's the beauty of it, right? Like you don't have to stress.
End of
okay,
season.
Yeah, end of season. Everyone just have a pint, eat some pizza. Then we see where we can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think right now the team objectives and all that, although some of them is a bit off, like we are going to the right places. I mean, I think we're getting good traction, we're getting good exposure. So I'm actually very interested to see how we do like year end, especially with the sponsors, like with the races, the results, all that. Then maybe we can reflect and then see next year where we want to go from there, lah. Yeah.
Okay, man.
And then after the ITT, is there anything towards the end of the year that you're going to do? Tour of Phuket and Master Tour of Chiang Mai? What do you?
Tour of Phuket, I think finish already. Right?
Is it?
I think
Okay.
finish already. Batam, don't know where it's coming from. Chiang Mai, we have a few. So there's a Johor series, but I think a lot of us can't make it for that, like say September or something.
Okay.
Then there is Chiang Mai, which is like a 3-stage.
Yep.
I think 3 or 5 stage. I think I think right now we are very comfortable to like going to Malaysia. Like, hey, we drive up, take a plane up. Never had anything to try to Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah, probably. No, I mean like the truth. Like, I did Tour of Phuket. Tour of Phuket is legit. I mean during the time where it's under Cycle Sport, is it? Is it
Yeah.
now under Cycle
I
Sport?
think it still is.
It still is,
officially, yeah.
I think when it's still Ken McKellen
Yep.
was doing it. Yeah, that was like a really good memorable race. I was doing it every year, I think, and I stopped right when they had COVID. Like like they had all the restrictions and they shut down everything.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe next year, as I said, maybe probably go a bit further lah, where we need to take a flight out or need to pack into a bike box.
What's a tour of Mount River you can do?
That's
No money lah. You know how much is splash on all the national city and all that. Yeah, so racing is expensive. Like it's for you.
it's
Like
very
nutrition really set us back like a lot. We want all the the best aero tires.
wait till you start triathlon. That's expensive. Just to enter the triathlon is
true lah.
$500 or $600 or something like that.
True. Yeah, and the hotel and air tickets and everything, right?
Yeah.
No, but you build to that. Like you don't you have the small pocket races, but for Ironman, right? Like you build to that. You don't really join multiple Ironman events to
There's like 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah,
Right.
So yeah, you probably stretch. But if you are doing cycling, like one time you go Phuket, one time you go, it all adds up, right? So
And I think the one thing about cycling is that if you don't get a podium, you don't get anything.
Yeah,
right?
true.
At least you do a half Ironman, you still get a T-shirt, you still get a towel, you still get a medal, you still got a time. Right? No one cares if you came 23rd on the Tour of Batam, right?
True.
It's not even a because it could be any time. It doesn't really matter. It's just
True. I think I mean, having said that, please join races. I'll recognize your if you do a good job. But you know the nationals road race? Like the amount spent on the bottles, gels, we have to feed. Like 120 km, right? We need to do feeding. We need to ensure like they have
User
the proper
bags
nutrition.
and yeah,
Not user
hand
bags, but it's just
out
bottles.
bottles and stuff.
But we still have to purchase like the gels, the electrolyte tablets and all that. All this, I mean, it's cost. It adds up quite a fair bit.
And that's only the race. What about the training? Training, all that sort of stuff is used 5 times as much in training.
Fast, like very, very fast. Like you buy a box of gels, you use it within 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
14 sticks, and then you just burn through the whole thing. So, but I feel that right now I'm still in it because I know it's just a drive like to race. But I always love like even racing out of Singapore, racing in Singapore. There's this adrenaline rush. That's why there are riders in Vans and all that, like they keep doing it. I feel that's the main reason. There's this adrenaline rush. Yeah. So maybe that's for me,
Yeah. Are you doing the velodrome racing yourself?
No lah, too old 40 and then my house like HDB like another concern is
you need another bike.
You can't put like I have a commuter bike, I have like a TT bike, I have a road bike. My wife have a 4D bike. That's 4. Then previously before I move out, my mom like has like 3 bikes, and I have like 2. Cannot lah. I mean, like, maybe if you are staying in HDB, it's a bit harder. Yeah.
You don't have a big garage to keep all your stuff.
Yeah. Need to be rich. Need to strike lottery.
So how do people get a hold of you? You're cafe cyclist, right?
Yeah. But I think I also run the Draft Punk Instagram account.
Okay. So that's Draft Punk Race Team.
Yeah, but the Draft Punk Race Team, I empower a few of my riders to manage the account as well.
So there's a few people that are on there. But your personal is KAHFEI cyclist, cafe.
It's like Hong Kong. Cafe cyclist.
Cafe cyclist.
Yeah.
Okay, TC, that was great. Thanks for coming in. And let's do this again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, no worries, man.